All right, y'all, we should be recording, man. I want to give a big shout outs to my brother, Aunt Glizzy, man. Shout outs to that young brother right there, man. I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing for the city. I like what he's doing right now. He's putting the city on in a major way, especially when it comes to like podcasting and vlogging and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? He giving y'all some real information about, definitely DC, but also too, the DMV area. He talking about like times. You know what I'm saying? We had times in the DMV area. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm a measy. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people like, yo, where you from? Like, I'm from the DMV area though. But PG bread. You know what I'm saying? I do want to give a big shout outs to Aunt Glizzy though, because I've heard about him a lot. I heard a lot of good things about him. I know stories and stuff, and I've seen a lot of cool shit about the guy. Real cool, laid back character. You know what I'm saying? I think if you want to talk about people that embody the spirit of the city, you know what I'm saying, y'all in good hands. So I'm gonna have his page pinned down in the description, and also he's gonna be tagged in the video. So if you can, you know what I'm saying, click his page and head over to, Barberson TV. And yeah, man, tell him Kuda sent you, man. So a little bit about me, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the DMV area, PG, like I said. You know, had my hand in everything, you know what I'm saying? Like just like out there type shit, but cool at the same time doing my own thing. And like like the hip hop scene in DC, cause even he was putting me onto some rappers and stuff like that, people that I heard, but like I ain't gonna lie, like how we are in the DMV, like to a certain degree, we mind our business and shit like that. So everybody be in their own world and stuff, And I wanted to ask Ant this. I wanted to see if we could talk about it. I don't know if it's still out there, but it's not. But like, I'm gonna go into a little bit of the hip hop background, and then I'm gonna get into like, my thoughts on the go-go background, because like times have changed. But anyway, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about not gonna talk about Shy Glizzy. I know how you feel. That him and Shy Glizzy, man, I think some of y'all need to stay up out of that shit, because they brothers though, but whatever happened. But Ant we on the warpath. But hey, man, I respect both of them in their own right though, right? But there's brothers out there, like Wale, you know what I'm saying, and Q the Fool, all these other cats and stuff that's like out there doing their thing. But like I'm talking about back in the day, where you had like I wouldn't say like the SoundCloud rappers, but like the backpack rappers, the Wiz, the Mac Millers, even the Nipsey at a point in time and stuff like that. And you had Wale in the mix, right? And shout outs to Rose, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it felt really good to have Ross come to, to the city and really, sign DC artists and stuff like that. Project Pat, Scarface, all them cats that be in the DMV area every so often and stuff, especially show love when they slide through Jada and all them other cats, right? Back in the day, and I guess I'm gonna just kind of hone in on Ross and Wale and Fat Trel. Wale had a very good album. You know what I'm saying? Because like in the DMV area, we kind of had this thing where it's like, okay, yeah, we on, but we not on, you know what I'm saying? And like back in the day, the only person like from the DMV area that was really making some noise that people knew, kind of worldwide was like Chuck Brown and shit, right? And like Wale was like a big thing for us because he wasn't like a street rapper, but he was like a poet. And he was like he was just a good all-around rapper, so it was just good to have him on and stuff, because the city, it's treacherous in the city. People don't stay together, and then everybody know everybody, and then depending on where you at and all kinds of different stuff, how you move around and stuff like that. So I ain't gonna lie, at the time I think a street rapper really wouldn't really be the best fit, but Wale was a good fit. And like I think what really fucked like Wale's and DC's to a certain degree, because no doubt I'm pretty sure Wale would put a lot of people on, and I'm pretty sure he has put a lot of people on, but like Um, I forgot the other Nigerian dude too, and I think he got arrested trying to jump Ross's fence. But anyway, he had an album called Attention Deficit, right? Which I think that was worthy of a Grammy, right? He had all the big people on there. He had a young J. Cole the world didn't know about yet. I'm talking about grown Simba J. Cole. He had Lady Gaga. He had like a whole bunch of other people on there. And to a certain degree, what I liked about Wale was that he still gave the go-go sound. Like he put a lot of, go-go, influenced tracks out there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing I would say like A. Marie, even Jill Scott. Ask the city about Jill Scott. When Jill Scott come from Philly, when Jilly come from Philly, and she started fucking with the go-go scene, you know what I'm saying? It really put artists on another level. And like, cause this is what I wanted to get at. I wanted to have the hip hop discussion, but I wanted to get into the go-go. You know, my thing is that like Wale, due to like the advertisement and the marketing and the campaign for Attention Deficit, it's like when that album kind of dropped, when it fell, you understand what I'm saying? I think like that's when the city kind of fell too, without that introduction to the world. Like damn, okay, let's take interest in DC artists and start winning Grammys and stuff like that. No offense to Trell and no offense to Ross, but by the time Wale got with MMG, he was kind of more on some tats all in my all in my. He was kind of more on some street, gangster type shit. So it kind of really, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he got signed and stuff. And then like Welcome Home, you know what I'm saying? Gleesh, Welcome Home Trail. But it's like, bruh, like I don't know. I like Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like if I think Trail out of all of them, could have been the one to like, because they both, they both big dudes, but they both kind of on the same shit. But like, I think Trail was around Rose when what Rose was probably doing like Mastermind, or like some other like like one of his good albums. Like I know he came like after probably Deeper Than Rap and shit like that, right? And like I think he was like, I think they were like Ross's second project, because I know Ross didn't sign Pill, but I know Gunplay and Torch, Custom Cars and Cycles and stuff like that, Triple C joint. And then he had a lot of DC artists on his roster and stuff like that. So, like, I ain't gonna lie, I just wish they could have did more and stuff like that. Now Wale, I like Wale, but Wale has like this ceiling that he hitting that he can't break through. Like he got to get like a Jeremiah or Miguel and stuff like that. When Wale is talented enough to break through that ceiling, I just don't know what the problem may be. You know what I'm saying? And like even times where I've been in like hip hop talks and stuff like that, DJ also, right? I think that Ross and like Gucci Mane, they got like a lot of failed, I wouldn't say what people would call failed projects. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that they signed, it just kind of, But I think Wale did a good job. I think Meek did a good job before he went through the rock and shit like that. I mean, I know the other side of hip hop is a little bit different. I'm kind of flowing through this. I know there's a lot of details and stuff that I'm not talking about, but I liked how Wale did put on the go-go scene and stuff like that, and really like, showed like the underground sound of DC and like, a lot of the influence though. But what I wanted to ask Ant Glizzy, and this is probably the best way to ask him about like, because it's material and shit, about like the go-go scene, man. Like the go-go scene when I was coming up was a little bit different, a lot different to tell you the truth. We had a whole bunch of bands, TCB, XIB, AAO, Reaction. We had Reaction, all them older bands, they around now, right? But like all the different rap eras and stuff that came up, like when we were coming up, kids would go to like band practice and play drums and stuff like that and learn a bit of music theory. And I think that was cool, Now you see MPC back there and, my little workstation and stuff like that. I got into making beats, but then I was a rapper. And it was like, I definitely would have liked a lot of go-go influenced tracks and stuff like that. And shout outs to, you know what I'm saying, Ant, he put me onto a lot of shit. I didn't know about, was it Chicho? Was it Chicho? Let me see. I ain't trying to mispronounce the brother's name because I definitely would like to work with a lot of brothers if we, if they still active. Yeah, Chicho. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know it was Chicho. I never heard of him and stuff like that, because they real tapped in. Them niggas were on some other shit when we were rapping. But, I think like the generation like after like the millennials, like the zillennials in like the DMV area, they dropped like the go-go generation. Like, you don't hear about kids going to band practice no more. They shooting and shit like that. Band practice and being in a go-go band, even though, with the fame and stuff that come with it, the street shit come with it also. But at least a lot of those kids are somewhere in band practice and stuff after school, learning how to play drums and stuff like that, and really like keeping the tradition alive and cultivating all of it, because like the era of rap that we got out now, like, see, y'all don't know nothing about go-go, like, for real, like the fucking like songs that y'all hear today. Man, we had a treat when we was coming up. We was listening to the go-go version for real. And yeah, we knew the original song, but like the go-go version of a lot of those songs were like way better than the original version of, of certain songs that got put out. And like people used to like roll through the DMV area and they used to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? While we were going through such and such, yo, we heard the go-go version of this song and that shit crank. Like I just really wish that even the Afrocentricity and all that other shit that's in the underground scene of DC that a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that generation like dropped it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand a lot of people rather be on their phones and doing some other shit. I know they grow up a little bit different, but like, them go-go cats, man, they could have did a lot more with like the modern music of today. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, within the past several years, I can't name any go-go bands that's like in this new generation. And I don't know if Ant probably can. He probably could get me hip. But you know what I'm saying? Like, on some music shit, just have a little bit of music talk and shit. But like, I just think the younger generation kind of dropped that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think the millennials and how we was moving in our day, to a certain degree, because even cats like myself that was, rapping and doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? But I think we set a lot of people. We set the bar high, but we set a lot of DMV cats to be, successful. But it's like in the DMV area, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You do have to have a little crew, but they got to be a street crew. And if you really want to make it out the DMV area, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You got to be on some shit like what I'm doing. You got to lead a city. Because honestly, the DMV area is one of those areas that'll give you the tools for life because it moves so fast there. DC, Maryland, Virginia, all kind of shit. PG play a different game. DC play a different game. Certain parts of VA play a different game. Not the shade VA. Y'all already know what's up, but you know what I'm saying. The DMV area, I'm gonna give you some real game. The DMV area give you the tools to go hustle somewhere and make it, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? Put the city on. So you gotta leave a little bit and then come back. Even Wale and Trail, they gotta go to Miami and stuff like that. And they putting on people down in Miami and shit like that, and then they coming back up to the DMV and shit like that. But like, I hate to say it like that, but that's just really how the area, that's really how the area is. You know what I'm saying? To give you the life tools to go somewhere else, make it big, and then bring that shit back home. You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't gonna lie, unless you loved or you got your men around you and all kinds of shit and you good, come back home, do a little bit of business, and then go back out and go grab some more money, keep touring and stuff like that. So that's kind of, if you coming up in the DMV area right now, that's more of the blueprint and stuff like that. Because most of the people in the DMV area, they would even tell you, yeah, they were known in the DMV area, but they got put on outside of the DMV area. That's why you hear all these incidents with people in Memphis and in Florida and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the city is treacherous, But it's like the tools that they teach you in the DMV area, it's good enough to survive, mind your business, and move around in the area. But if you want, like I said, like, it's a difference between a nigga that want crumbs, a slice, and then cake. You know what I'm saying? So in the DMV area, if you get put on, yeah, you can get you a little slice. But nigga, if you want cake, you gotta venture out. one of the good signs that you're doing something well in your career is if you get to LA. Once you can say, yo, I can live in LA, you're doing something good with your career. Because it's expensive like a motherfucker out there. Once you get to New York or all these other places and stuff like that, and you just proudly repping where you from, you know what I'm saying? And you good, and they fucking with what you got going on, yeah, cool, you know what I'm saying? But that was just a thought. Now I'm in like, I'm a little bit older. I think Ant, he probably touching 30 or a little bit past 30. He thinking the same way. You get a little bit older, you don't gotta play them little boy games no more. You know what I'm saying? You're minding a whole different stratosphere and shit like that. And I still rap, but I'm working on my producer thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of noticed that. That was a thought. But shout outs to Ant Glizzy, man. Salute, man. We see you. I'm all out in Southeast Asia and shit like that, doing my thing. But man, I want to let you know, even out here, I see you, Broski, and I appreciate, you putting these stories out and really putting us on to some real game and stuff like that. Cause I've been out here for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel at home too. You dig? But peace, and y'all be easy, man. We out.